Hi fashion designer, and welcome to my channel. Today I am so excited because I'm about to share with you a bra pattern. So in this tutorial I'm also going to share with you some tricks and tips on how to get the perfect fit for your bra. But before we waste any time, let's get to it. So right here, my measuring tape has both the inches and also centimeters. So you want to place the measuring tape around your bust and measure the bust circumference like so. And make sure that the measuring tape sits parallel towards the floor. The second measurement is under bust. Also, place the measuring tape around your under bust and make sure that the measuring tape sits comfortable and straight. Now this third measurement is to place the measuring tape around your neck and measure from one nipple to the other nipple. So now we're moving on to step 1. You're going to take your bust circumference and divide it into 4. And mine quarter of a bust round circumference is actually 23 cm. I'm going to draft a square of around 23 cm by 23 cm. So if you're using inches, also make sure that you take your quarter bust round circumference and mark a square. For step 2, you want to divide the square into 4 equal parts. In my case, I divided the 23 cm divided by 4, which gave me 11.5 cm. I'm going to mark 4 squares of 11.5 cm. And once you're done doing this, make sure that you label your line in an alphabetical order. So on creating the cap, I am going to mark 15.5 cm from the line F and I. And then on that point, I am going to mark 2.5 cm to create a dot. And also on the other side, I'm going to mark 2.5 cm. Then on point F, I'm also going to create a dot 2.5 cm on both sides. Then going to the point on I and F, we're going to find the center point of this line. Now, once you're done creating the center point, you want to go ahead and connect all these points to form a dot. So moving along to point H, I am going to create the neckline for the cap, and I'm going to move around 1 cm. And then I'm going to connect it to the 2.5 point right on the dot. Then the next thing is to shape the armhole. So on point D, I'm going to take my curved ruler and just connect this 2.5 cm going straight to point D. Now the next thing is to create or shape the bottom of the cups. On point G, you can start by, here I've marked 2 cm, and on point E, I've marked 3 cm. So these are just the guideline on how to just trace or trim the bottom of the cups. So I am going to mark 3 cm on one side and 2.5 cm on E. Now I'm going to allow my curved ruler just to guide me at this point. And then as you can see that when I'm tracing the line, it doesn't really sit directly to the 3 cm mark, which is okay. Just make sure that these line, the bottom line, don't pass 4 cm point. If you're using inches, make sure that this line doesn't go beyond 1.5 inches. So as you can see, this curved line, I'm going to create the curved line as you can see. So you can also use a freehand at this point if you don't have a curved ruler. So on point H, this is the neckline. So you can decide how low you want your neckline to be. So you can go down further as to 2 cm point. So another thing that I will advise is please label your pattern. This one is going to be the side pattern and the other one is going to be the center front. Congratulations if you have reached this part of your lesson. We are done with part 1 where you are able to actually draft the caps. So now we want to move on to part 2 where we're going to be drafting the frame. So see you there. For the frame, we are going to create a rectangle. So the width or the length of the rectangle is, you need to measure the distance between G and E, and mine is actually 23 cm. So I'm going to mark a line of around 23 cm. Now for the width, I am going to measure the distance between E and D, and that is going to give me like 11.5 cm. So that's the one that I'm going to mark to become the width of this rectangle. You need to divide this rectangle into half, and I'm going to measure the point from F and E, which is going to be again 11.5 cm. Now once you're done creating this rectangle, make sure that you label all your lines in an alphabetical order. Now moving along to point B and E, I'm going to mark around 9.5 cm. And then right on point C on the side line, I'm going to mark 2.5 cm. And then right on the side, I'm also going to mark around 2 cm. So I'm going to connect these 2 points together and then move on to point D. So on point D, I'm going to mark 2 cm. And then reconnect it to that 2.5 point. So the first thing is I'm going to create an in curve for the side cap. So I'm going to take my curved ruler again and let it guide me on how I can create this in curve. So I'm going to connect the 9.5 point to that 2 cm point. Now we need to go ahead and measure the side cap, the bottom side cap, and carefully measure around the bottom. And in my case, it was actually 15.5. So I'm going to measure again on the in curve of the frame, and it does measure 15.5. Now let's move ahead and create the rest of this frame. So right on A, I'm going to drop here by 1 cm and then go in by another 1 cm. This is to create the bridge of the frame. And then from this point, I am going to take a curve ruler again and just let it guide me on how to create a in curve for the side or for the center front cap. Once I'm done doing so, I need to do the same thing like I did with the side cap and measure the bottom of the center front cap. Now once I'm done, I'm going to check on the frame, and it is exactly 15.5 also on the other side. So now I know that these caps, they are matching. So for the cradle, we need to shape it right at the bottom on point F. I'm going to go up by 1 cm and then reconnect it back to the E point. Now moving along, please take note that your cradle is going to be cut on fold. Now if you feel like your breech is a little bit wider, you can go back to point A right at the breech and mark 0.5 seam allowance. As you can see, I've already made that marking right at the breech. So you want to reconnect this point all the way to point F, like so, as shown on the screen. So this is how it's going to be. Make sure that you connect it like this, and also this pattern, it's still going to be cut on fold. Because we're going to be adding an elastic band right on the underbust, we need to add elastic casing on the frame. So the width of the elastic casing depends on the elastic that you'll be using. So please make sure that you do measure your elastic. So mine is going to be 2 cm, and that's the 2 cm that I'm going to add right there on the underbust line. So once you're done doing this, your frame pattern is complete. Please don't forget to label all your lines. Congratulations again, you have reached the end of part 2. So now we want to move on to part 3 of this lesson, where we're going to be drafting the band pattern. Now please take note that when we're drafting the band pattern, because it's going to be cut on a stretch material, we are going to be doing some calculations, but everything will be explained when we're drafting the pattern. So see you on part 3 of band pattern. So for the band calculation, you're going to take your underbust, mine is 81 cm, divided into 4 and get an answer, which is 20 cm in my case. Once you're done, take the answer, subtract 4 cm. If you're using inches, subtract 1.5 inch. Then, once you get an answer, let's go ahead and draft the band pattern. So for my band, after the calculation, it's actually 16.5 in cm. So I'm going to mark the length of around 16.5 cm. So once I are done, to find the width of the band, measure the side of the cradle, and it is going to be 12 cm. So I'm going to take the 12 cm mark and mark it right on the band. And this is where I'm going to connect the band to the cradle. So this line needs to match up. Now for the side, for the end part of the band, depending with the width of your hook and eye. So the width of my hook and eye is actually 5 cm. So that's the 5 cm mark that I am going to place right on the end part of the band. Now right on the top, I'm also going to mark 12 cm. Then I am going to lower from this point by 1 cm. Then connect it back to the top as you see in the screen. So now to complete the rest of the band, I am going to continue with the curved ruler to connect these 2 points. And as you can see, our band pattern is complete. So now we are done drafting our patterns from the caps, the frame, including the band. The next thing we need to do is to add seam allowance. So on the next lesson, we'll be discussing more on the seam allowance, where exactly we should add seam allowance on our pattern, depending on the elastic that you'll be using. So that's where everything is going to be explained on the next lesson. So see you there. So I went ahead to cut out all the patterns without adding any seam allowance, and I will explain how or where to add seam allowance on your pattern depending on the elastic you'll be using. So if you're using a fold over elastic like this one, you are not required to add any seam allowance on the armhole and also around the band. So if you're going to be adding seam allowance also on the front or center front cap, you have to be using a picot elastic like this one. So you need to add 0.5 seam allowance around this area if you're going to be using a picot elastic. So these are the two elastics that actually determine how you're going to add seam allowance on your neckline, including the armhole also. So for the side front, it's the same method. If you're using the fold over elastic, make sure you don't add seam allowance. But if you're using a picot elastic, do add 0.5 seam allowance, except of course the center front. So as for the rest of the pattern, I did go ahead and add 0.5 seam allowance around the cups. So on your measuring tape, this is the 0.5 cm. That's the one you need to add around the pattern. And again, I did add it also right on top because I'll be using a picot elastic. So I did add 0.5 also on the frame. Because I'll be using a picot elastic, I also added it to the parts where I'll be attaching it. And as for the center front of the frame, don't add any seam allowance. Now for the band, I also added the seam allowance to attach it to the band, except the bottom. And also I've added seam allowance on the top also. So that's all for our patterns. And so we have reached the end of this lesson. I hope you will enjoy making this project as much as I did. And please do not forget to leave your comment down below. And as for me, see you on the next one.